7:30. Tickets for the game are still available, so make sure to purchase some. Log on to TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com and don't miss out on the action. It's 67 degrees at 2 o'clock time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. It's a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
That was easy. Are you kidding me? 6 in a row, big boy football in a brutal environment in Denver's Mile High. The Jaguars are rolling. Don't know if anyone can stop them. And wake up the national media. Crying out loud. Bah humbug. The Grinch. The mother-in-law who's rolling in the town and will stay for way, way too long. That's the way it is. It's been one of my biggest pet peeves. Jacksonville is an inconvenience to the national media. There's no other way to say it. It's like growing up playing hockey. When you would lose, the coach would have a practice and he wouldn't drop the puck. You know what that meant? You were going to skate. And I love it. It's so fun to just sit back and watch all of this. From Richard Sherman refusing to watch the Jaguars because Jags fans hurt his feelings, to one of the worst broadcasts I have ever heard in the NFL. The twosome yesterday, I think it was Kevin Kugler and Moose, right? Moose Johnston. I mean, everything was about Denver. How can Denver come back? Make a case, this and that. And, you know, Trayvon Walker was F-bomb filled during the post-game radio show right here on the Jaguars radio network. But in a lot of senses, I agree with this. Screw everyone else, all right? And they're lazy. They're fat. And I get it to some extent. I've said this forever, that when I was going to the SEC meetings every year, or when I go to the Atlantic Coast Conference every year, you want to talk about the blue bloods. You want to talk about the teams that really make the needle move. When Mississippi State comes up, it's like, oh, man, really? Mississippi State? When Duke comes up, it's like, I mean, thank Mike Norvell for Duke. Florida State had been, 24-0 lifetime against Duke. Enter Mike Norvell, and of course he lost. Mike Norvell, last time he won on the road, I think President Reagan was still in office. But I understand how that is. But in pro football, there's only 32 teams. You would think that you would be able to lock in to all of them, especially in a case like the Jags, who are playing some outstanding football. Frankly, they should be undefeated on the road. They're 6-2, should have won at Cincinnati. Bad call on Travis Hunter, and I won't even mention the 19-point meltdown in the fourth quarter at Houston. All right, so it's great to have you with us. Another victorious Monday, and it's the week of Christmas. What more could you ask for? I'm looking outside right now. What is it, about 95 degrees out and sunny in Jacksonville? This is the way it is supposed to be. Rick Ballou along with RJ Saunders. If you've never heard of me and my show before, I'm on 6 to 8 every single night. I wouldn't have it any other way. The crazies come out on Into the Night. Today, though, we're going to do it up until 4 o'clock, and I'm absolutely fired up to be with you this afternoon. I'll be back on tomorrow night, 6 to 8, and let's get straight to it. This is on Trevor Lawrence. I said this a month ago, and some people didn't like me, all right? They didn't like me for actually saying something positive about QB1. And at that particular point, I said he's playing the best football of his career. Do you realize that in the last 4 games, Trevor Lawrence has 14 touchdowns and 0 turnovers. 0. Okay? And think of the environment yesterday. Just go back to the first quarter, how loud it was. I mean, it was insane. It was brutal. And Jacksonville actually took advantage of that, of the crowd being too long, the late hit that kind of offset those penalties and gave Jacksonville another opportunity. The other side of all of that is you're really fortunate. The Jaguars are fortunate that Lawrence wasn't hurt on that play. Now, Trevor went out with an ankle. He got it taped. In the business, they call it a spat. He did return. He's a tough guy. And that's what I'm getting at here. He was blitzed. He was constantly pressured. The Jaguars had no running game. The Jaguars went 3 and out, 3 of their first 4 offensive possessions in front of an incredibly, volatile crowd, right? He took hits. He got sacked. And then he just developed. He just fell into what the game provided for him. And he was nothing short of outstanding. This is not the Trevor Lawrence that you and I have watched throughout his NFL career. This is the Trevor Lawrence that you and I have watched over the last month and a half. And in his 5th season, he is clearly playing the best football of his career. Get these numbers. It comes from the math whiz of Daniel Griffiths, who's a regular guest here on my show as well as on both 1010 and 92.5 FM. He was pressured 48.8% of his snaps yesterday, okay? Just about 50%. You know how Trevor Lawrence responded to that? He went 12 of 15 for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was absolutely, totally magnificent. And the Jaguars, once again, got it done defensively, okay? Yes, it was a bend, but do not break. But when you say to your offense, and when you discuss complementary football, and you only allow 3 points in the final 30 minutes of a football game, you're going to win most of them. And that's exactly what the Jaguars did yesterday. Halftime adjustments, getting with the players. Anthony Campanile, for a 2nd game in a row, went heavy with 3 safety sets. I mean, Dewey played all 63 plays yesterday. A lot of you, myself included, remember the botched tackle. And I think this is it for Dewey. I know he's got a cult-type following, but they have to get better at safety. And Ransaw's on the shelf, but that's something that must be addressed during the offseason. Hey, Baloo, why are you talking about the offseason? This football team is 11-3. It's the first time since 2007 they won 11 football games, and you're talking about Dewey and next year bringing in a safety. My apology. Can you find me? Can you give me like a Pavlov shock whenever I do something that I'm not supposed to do, or in this case, I'm not supposed to say, RJ Saunders? Can you do that for me?
I got you, Rick.
Just shock me. All right? Or tell me I'm not allowed to drink any alcohol over the Christmas holiday. Do something, because I shouldn't do that. All right, Dewey, 63 snaps yesterday. Antonio Johnson, 43 snaps yesterday. How about the Jaguars? Only 2 penalties. And one was awful, okay? That personal foul on Antonio Johnson yesterday was brutal. Unnecessary roughness. It wasn't targeting. He led with the shoulder. The NFL is so inconsistent when it comes to officiating that I'm convinced, and this applies to college football as well, that if you make a clean, hard hit, you're going to get flagged. You blow someone up, you're going to get flagged. And it doesn't have to be leading with your helmet. It doesn't have to be, again, targeting. If you use your shoulder pads the way that you are supposed to, officials are still going to throw the flag. And that was the case yesterday. But 2 penalties in that environment? These are the 2 highest penalized teams in the NFL. Jacksonville went into this game averaging 8.4 penalties. If you were to set a total on penalties, I haven't bet in over 10 years, as far as you know. I would have played over in penalties yesterday. because of the crowd alone. And they got out of there with 2 penalties. It honestly only should have been 1. That was an awful call on Johnson, who's playing probably the best football of his career. Eric Murray as well, 52 defensive snaps. On top of that, the secondary as a whole, and this is the part of it that there's really 3 things, which I'm going to get to later in the program, because this is going to be such a glass half full show, right? I mean, why wouldn't it be the way that this organization is playing? But I've also looked at 3 huge concerns for me that Jacksonville does have to deal with once they get to January football. One, you really cannot control, and that is attrition. That is injuries, right? And it's so prevalent across the NFL. Well, look at the secondary yesterday. Buster Brown went out. Greg Newsome went out. Jordan Lewis went out. You checked their snaps yesterday. Buster, 53. Do you realize Buster was only targeted twice? His percentage pass attempts, 5.8%. 0 yards, 0 receptions. And on those 2 that were thrown his way, he got 2 pass defenses. Again, here we go, Pavlov, because I'm actually going to say this. They better re-sign Buster Brown for next year. They made the right move by doing it with Jacoby Myers. I know ETN is there. I'd go in a different direction because of the position, not because of the player. I'd get Lloyd done, and I'd absolutely get Cole Van Landen done, just my way of looking at it. But Buster Brown, he has to return. He is arguably playing the best football on the defense as a whole. I'm not talking about only in the secondary. I'm talking about with the defensive 11. Yesterday, 53 snaps. Jordan Lewis, 45. Jarian Jones, the pick, 47. Greg Newsome, 38. I mean, Jarian Jones played 6 snaps in 5 games before Jordan Lewis went out. 6 snaps in 5 games. I mean, the feeling was he's done. He doesn't understand the zone. He can't play isolated out on the corner. It's not working. Lewis goes down. He moves back into the slot. Now they're doing just an incredible job of rotating and keeping all 4 of their cornerbacks involved, and it is working defensively. What a great game that was called yesterday on that side of the football by Anthony Campanile, particularly with his contain, whether they were in dime package, nickel package, and in this case, very rarely in their base defense. 2 major takeaways as well. Emmanuel Ogbah fell on a forced fumble. It was a botched handoff, which can't happen at this time of the year, but Ogbah, who's been a healthy scratch, right? Danny Strigal unable to give it a go, and he fell on the football. So the veteran, you wondered about guys like that. They get an opportunity. I wondered about Diami Brown. Will he get an opportunity? And again, the only way that happens is if there's attrition. Diami Brown only had 5 snaps, 6 snaps again yesterday. He's been basically invisible for the last 5, 6, 7 football games. All right. We got a lot to do here today. What a great time of year. I feel so good for you. I mean, the holidays are here, and your football team is winning. And not only is your football team winning, it's pissing everyone off that you're winning. I've never seen anything like this before. Why there is more than distaste for this city and for this team. I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, again, I've been saying that it's an inconvenience forever, but typically you latch on to a team that does really good things and win. They're raving about Chicago. They're raving about New England. I get it. Those are big market teams. What? Chicago's number 3, Boston's in the top 10. They got a lot of history. I guess the Bears will tell you they got a lot of history. The Bears have been playing football for 1,000 years, and they won a Super Bowl in 1986, right? New England's gone 3 years without the playoffs, but they won 6 Super Bowls since the year 2000. Jacksonville, I don't know why, but this is there, and I love it. And you should love it as well. You should play the role of the heel. You should play the role and embrace the fact that no one likes Jacksonville outside of you, the people in Jacksonville. And to me, that's pretty cool. I'd have a lot of fun with that. We have been having a ton of fun with that on my night show. But don't try to fix it. Don't try to change their mind. Be Darth Vader. Be the evil empire, right? Have a blast with all of this. That would be my only advice that I would give you. All right, much to do tonight, or that's by habit. Let's make it today. We're up with you until 4 o'clock. Helmets and Heels will return tomorrow, and I'll be back on Tuesday night, 6 to 8. RJ Saunders is here. My name is Rick Ballou. I am here. The Jaguars have won 6 in a row. If the Colts lose or tie tonight, they are automatically in to the National Football League playoffs.
How does it feel to throw an NFL touchdown? Find out from a guy who's thrown 89 of them.
I'm David Garrard on 1010XL.
Mondays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
Clogged toilet, too much paper, deeper blockages, or one of your child's Hot Wheels could be the culprit. Superior Plumbing and Pipeline and handles toilet clogs fast. If your toilet's clogged, make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
A judge swings a gavel and I pound the hammer. I'm not judging, just hammering. Hammer Time with Hayes Carlyon, weekdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL, driven by Kia on Atlantic. Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
When the lights were on, the young guns showed that it was time to perform. In the third quarter, Trevor Lawrence would lead Jacksonville on a 9-play, 75-yard drive, capped off by a Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdown, giving the squad a 24-17 lead with 7:44 left in the period. The 5-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee, and resistol on approved credit.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
ET here, and when the lunch hour hits, fuel up like you mean it with lunch at the Lodge at your local Twin Peaks. With hearty, crave-worthy classics that hit the spot. Sink your teeth into our juicy cheeseburger and fries, grilled fresh to order and stacked really high. Or go lighter, but loaded with flavor with our fresh chicken Caesar salad. Or the fan favorite, the turkey avocado smash with sweet potato fries. Really hungry? Our crispy golden chicken tenders and fries are ready when you are. Quick from the kitchen, satisfying on the plate. Join us for lunch at the local Lodge, Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. Home of the 29-degree draft.
Football season is all about the big moments. How about some killer wings and cold ones to go along with it? Check out Hurricane Grill and Wings on St. Augustine Beach. Tons of TVs so you don't miss any of the action, but still that open-air atmosphere you crave. Hurricane Grill and Wings on A1A in St. Augustine.
Professional painters know the right finish starts with the right paint. That's why they trust First Coast Paint. Featuring Benjamin Moore paints and expert customer service, First Coast Paint keeps the pros stocked and rolling. No gimmicks, no big box confusion, just top quality Benjamin Moore paint, advice, and the best service in Jacksonville, period. Because real pros don't cut corners, they color them. First Coast Paint, with locations in St. John's and St. Augustine. Simply superior paint.
'Tis the season for savings at Green Acres Sporting Goods. Take advantage of the Second Amendment sales tax holiday now through December 31st. Firearms, ammo, and accessories, all tax-free. Secure your holiday gifts with a Browning gun safe, and they'll deliver it right to your door. Come test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews at Green Acres Sporting Goods at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Being rational, give them what they asked for.
This is a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
Jaguars 11 wins, first time since 2007. They are 11-4, a 34-20 victory yesterday over the Denver Broncos. Just a phenomenal second half. And again, all the attention's on the offense, as it should be. But when your defense only allows 3 points in the second half, you are going to win most games. All right, Ballou here with R.J. Saunders. Show brought to you by the Alexander Law Practice. I'm going to tell you about them in just one moment. But let's bring in R.J. Saunders. Our brand new studios here at Bowden Road. Having a good time. Look at all these ladies lined up to watch us outside the glass window. Is that typically the case, 2 to 4? Is that something special this afternoon?
When they find out Rick Ballou is doing a show from 2 to 4, you get your own cheering section outside, Mr. Rick Ballou. Mr. Truth Teller, you got the cheering section.
Well, we know that people work here in this town, but they must be taking off to come on by and say hello. We appreciate it, ladies. Great to see you. We talked about it last week. Jacksonville, most of the experts thought, you're not going to win in this environment. Denver was the only team in the NFL that was still undefeated at home. They had won 11 football games in a row, and they started off the way that you would want, getting the crowd involved. They actually took a lead, early in that first half. But Jacksonville, once again, fought through adversity, made some adjustments, and won this game running away.
Oh, it was certainly a filling out process, especially those first couple of drives between the Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Definitely felt like a who was going to blink first type of a game. One play that did stand out to me was the open field tackle. I forget who the running back was for the Broncos, but if he would have broke that tackle, there was a lot of green in front of him. Probably would have scored the touchdown. Would have been a much different game.
That was either Murray or Lewis who made that tackle on Harvey.
Yeah. And so then you get the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that first play to Parker Washington for that first touchdown of the game, I really feel like that was the energy in which the Jacksonville Jaguars needed just to be able to calm down, play the game, understand that they're in enemy territory. It's a big game. And then I think you saw no fear from Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, both defensively and offensively. So once they finally got into that rhythm, you could definitely feel the tide turning, especially inside that stadium with the fan base, and they're getting quieter and quieter and quieter. And it was a beautiful thing to watch for Jacksonville, a huge win for them. And I think this is going to say a lot once we get into the playoffs about this being a team that's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, 6.5, 7-point favorite. We'll see what happens tonight with the Colts, but they're going to have a short window. Jacksonville goes to Indianapolis. I like the fact that it's a few days after Christmas. The holidays really don't come into play here. I think that can always be a factor, particularly for, young families and what have you with kids getting up on Christmas Day. But Christmas is, Thursday, so they'll have plenty of time Friday, and then, of course, they leave Saturday. I did not go to Denver. I will be at Indianapolis for the finale on the road this year. And again, the Jags could very easily be undefeated on the road. Who would have thought going in that they would sweep the AFC West? Okay? Now, I get it, Vegas is bad. But to knock off the other three opponents the way that they have, to go into Denver and win that football game, to knock off Los Angeles, to get it done on Monday night against Kansas City. I mean, going into the year, this was considered maybe the best division in football, certainly the best division in the AFC. And they're going to get a playoff team in Los Angeles that right now is one game behind Denver. Of course, Kansas City's dealt with all sorts of problems, particularly injuries, their worst year. If you didn't hear this, it was amazing. It came out last week when the Chiefs were eliminated. This is going to be the first time in 27 years of playoff football that you have not had either Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Patrick Mahomes. 27 years. And that has been snapped. All right, today's show is brought to you by Alexander Law Practice. I've known Rick Alexander for quite some time. He's AV rated, okay, by Martindale and Hubble. Less than 10% of lawyers are actually acknowledged with this gold standard. It comes from the peer review ratings of Martindale and Hubble, but it's so much more than that, okay? The holidays are here, and if you've been injured and it happened in a car accident, and really anything else injury-wise, but particularly vehicle accident. And in most cases, it's not your fault, right? Someone else is on a cell phone. Someone else is careless. You're the victim here. And you may think you have nowhere to go. Wrong. You need to pick up the phone right now, make yourself an appointment. It's a free consultation, all right? First off, you're going to get an automatic phone call back. Make that 400-6600. And then talk about your case, all right? You never come out of pocket. Say, my car's damaged, it's totaled. I need a rental car. I need my car fixed. Bam. You may be physically injured. I hope you're not. You may need medical care. These are the type of questions that you ask the Alexander Law Practice, and they'll put together a very, a very caring package for you in your case. And again, Rick's old school. He gets involved with every single one of his clients. He's got an outstanding staff as well, but the way that he works, he deals with everyone individually, keeps a small base of clients. That's the way he likes to get it done, and it's worked now for well over 20 years with his own business, right? He had certainly been a long-time lawyer previously to that as well. So, AlexanderLawPractice.com, or for a free consultation, call 400-6600. All right. I'm big on changing momentum and changing the way that the football game is looked at. I think the first quarter was a little scary, right? I mean, there were 3 and outs, 3 of their first 4 drives. I'm not saying they looked rattled, but be honest, okay? And what I love with fandom is that you don't have to be honest. You could say, hey, man, I knew all along Jacksonville was going to pull this out. Hey, I knew all along that they were going to settle in. And that's great. Fans are never wrong. You have to remember that. Fourth down. Why they go for it? Why they go? No, fourth down. Go for it. Why did they go for it, right? Fans are never wrong. And I mean that totally 100%. I mean that because that's what great fans are. They yell, they scream, why did we do this? We're not going to win. Then all of a sudden, you flip the switch and everything works for you. And you were right all along. But to me, what was really important in this game was Jacksonville being able to establish lengthy drives. And they did this without abandoning the run, okay? The run did not work for Jacksonville. Frankly, the run hasn't worked since week 11 for Jacksonville. And I said that there are 3 things that I'm concerned about with this football team. One is attrition. Number 2 for me is rushing the football, okay? If you look at what the Jaguars have done, if you go to Travis Etienne, in his last 4 games, 12 for 28 at 2.3 at Tennessee, 20 for 74 against Indy. That's 3.7. Jets, 12 for 32. That's 2.7. Yesterday, 16 for 50, 3.1. His last 4 games, 60 totes, 184 yards, an average of 3 a game. 3 a carry, okay? I believe they're going to have to be able to run the football if they're going to win during the playoffs. But the fact that they did not get away from running the football to keep Denver honest. And they were putting an extra man in the box anyway. And we understood going in that yards were going to be tough on the ground. This football game pitted the top 2 rushing defenses in the NFL. The Jags, number 1, Denver at number 2. But my point is, Jacksonville goes through a 10-play, 66-yard drive to make it 7-0. They took more than 5 minutes off the clock. Then it's a 9-play, 58-yard drive to go up 17-10. A 9-play, 75-yard drive. Took in 5:17 off the clock. They took 24-17. 4 plays, 80 yards. That was the Parker Washington lengthy run. How good is Parker Washington? Give me 11 Parker Washingtons, and you're going to win a lot of football games. What a pro's pro. There's a term in baseball that's called a professional hitter. There's really not a term like that in the NFL, but one needs to be defined, and Parker Washington needs to be the blueprint. He needs to be the example for that. What a pleasure to watch that kid play football. 4 plays, 80 yards, 2:07 off the clock, 31-7. And then you wrap it up with a 7-play, 27-yard drive, 3:25 off the clock. You're up 34-17. Game's over. Lengthy drives. Down in distance. Not putting yourself in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, giving yourself a legitimate opportunity in this football game, and it worked out for them. I mean, look at what they did. 3rd down yesterday was very impressive for Jacksonville. I want to say, 8 of 15. Over 50% on the road in that environment, including going in the red zone, which Denver was at 38% before kickoff. Think about that. 38% of the time, they allow their offense to score a touchdown. I was watching last night's game. New England's worst in red zone defense. It's like higher than 75%. Jacksonville goes into the red zone where the Broncos are famous for saying hell no to touchdowns. We're going to force field goals. And the Jaguars scored touchdowns on their first 4 red zone opportunities. And they end up going 4 of 5 from 20 yards and in. Phenomenal play calling, phenomenal football, brutal environment, huge win for Duval. Much more to do. All right, I am going to bring up the 3 things that concerns me a little bit because I feel like, and I know for those of you who listen to me over the years that you must be like, Baloo's taking way, way too many happy bills. I mean, some people, maybe you saw me out in the parking lot before the show. I wasn't popping pills, okay? I'm out on an extra dosage of it. I'm just spitting out facts here. I'm doing nothing but truth-telling, and that's the way that it is. But I want to mix in a couple of things that kind of, even us out a little bit, and the fact that we are human. I got 3 things that I believe the Jags have to get themselves solved, okay, before the playoffs get underway. That's coming up on the other side.
The Gator Boys are back and ready to defend their national title.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
This is Gator Country. Your home for Gators hoops is 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, garagedoor911.com.
The number 19 Virginia Cavaliers meet the Missouri Tigers in Jacksonville at the 81st Tax Slayer Gator Bowl game, Saturday, December 27th in prime time. Start your game day with the Tax Slayer tailgate party, followed by the official pregame show featuring the Navy Band Southeast. Kickoff at 7:30 on Bill Gay grounds at Everbank Stadium. Don't miss college football pageantry on display at the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Game tickets and hospitality packages on sale at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
I know it's football season, but I know you love basketball too. And youth sports are always in season at the First Coast YMCA. Registration is now open for winter basketball at the Y. Today, more than ever, our kids need to experience the joy of being a kid while also learning the importance of teamwork, respect, and healthy living. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, fun environment with an exciting youth basketball league. Learn more at fcymca.org.
AA Automotive helps keep your car in dependable travel condition. Stop in today. They'll check the brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and AC to get you right back to your holiday plans. AA Automotive on Richard Street. Full service auto repair you can count on.
Thinking here, this holiday, skip the gift that gets returned. I got a better idea. Give a custom pool from Surfside Pool. It's the ultimate present. Memories, relaxation, and instant hero status. Surfside Pools handles new builds, custom designs, heating, and weekly maintenance, so you get all the credit. Warning, may cause excessive smiles and backyard envy. Save the holidays, turn your backyard into paradise. Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Float happy, gift responsibly. License number CPC 044080.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
The Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is everyone's favorite holiday tradition that's back for another season. Hand-spun the old-fashioned way, this festive peppermint-flavored milkshake is made with Chick-fil-A ice cream and features chips of crunchy peppermint bark. It's minty, merry, and topped with whipped cream and a cherry. Order in the Chick-fil-A app or swing through the drive-thru for a late-night snack. For a limited time only during the holiday season. Try one before it's too late at Chick-fil-A.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. You're listening to a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
Alongside RJ Saunders, I am Rick Ballou. It's great to be with you today, 2 to 4. Helmets and Heels fans, back tomorrow. I will move on to 6 to 8 on Tuesday. If you never listened to us on Into the Night, please give it a shout. Because we are so incredibly interactive with our listeners. That's why I say it that way. You can reach us two ways. YouTube, go to 1010XL Into the Night, all right? And as well, our text line, of course, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Robert Hainsey went down yesterday with a groin. You saw 7th-round rookie Jonah Monheim get some experience. I think that's the second or third time that he has been asked to come in this year because of an injury. He's also gotten some garbage time late. Just the fact that you can say Jacksonville in garbage time is like almost unheard of, right? I mean, the Jags, winning by a clip of 18.8 points during this 6-game winning streak. Are you kidding me? 18.8 points? That doesn't happen in pro football. That happens in college. That's not the way that that's not the way that the NFL game, in fact, does work. But it has certainly worked out that way for Jacksonville. It didn't look good for Patrick McCarry, who was taken out of the game and led directly to the locker room. I wondered, and I hate that this is the case, and I said it last week, Cole Van Lannon, who showed that he was human yesterday by allowing 6 pressures. In the previous 3 games at left tackle, there have been 73 dropbacks for Cole Van Lannon. He allowed 1 pressure and 0 sacks. It's a very good defensive front, as we know. And they got at Trevor Lawrence yesterday, forcing 5 sacks. But I wondered if they would move Van Lannon to right guard and take Walker Little and put him back at left tackle. They did not. They kept Van Lannon at left tackle, and Walker Little actually played right guard. But Patrick McCarry, that would be the biggest one that I'd be concerned about. He went down. We talked about Lawrence with the ankle. He limped off the field. He got it taped. Trevor Lawrence is playing tough guy football right now. There's really no other way to say it. And then the secondary, 3 guys went down. They all returned. Jordan Lewis, Greg Newsome, and, of course, Buster Brown. And that gets us to the 3 issues that I believe are the biggest concern for the Jaguars as they head towards the playoffs. Number 1 is attrition. And frankly, there's nothing you can do about that. Okay? It comes down to luck. It really does. I mean, look at that hit that Trevor took when the whistle blew, and I'm trying to remember who it was coming off the edge, just blew him up. He could have very easily gone down. And, Trevor's, missed 8 games the last couple of years. He's and they've kept him clean. There's been 5 games this year where that offensive line didn't allow a sack. That was not the case yesterday. But again, we're talking about a ferocious defense. We're talking about a team that has 63 sacks on the year. I mean, that can't be stated enough, how Jacksonville went on the road in that environment against that type of defense. They were number 1, number 2 in all sorts of defensive statistics. Number 2 against the run. Number 1 red zone defense. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And Jacksonville puts up 34 points. Wow. So number 1's attrition. But you know what? That's number 1 for all 32 teams. Actually, I shouldn't say that. For those teams who are going and still have an opportunity to get to the playoffs. You can never control guys who are getting injured and guys who are going to be out. And it just felt like going into this game with Danny Strigow being out, and, Bashal Tutin is not going to be able to return until the playoffs. It felt like Jacksonville was healthier now than they have been at any point this year. I can remember going through the injury report where they had 16 guys on it going back about a month ago. So they are getting healthier, but there are a couple of concerns now, including Patrick McCarry. We won't know until Wednesday. Of course, they get an off day tomorrow. Number 2 is run the football. Okay? Have to be able to run the football. I just took you through the numbers with Travis Etienne. I do love the fact that this is still really a balanced football team. If you were to break down Liam Cohen, he's going to be the first to tell you that he is a run-first coach. He is also one that has mastered the screen game. That hasn't been anywhere near where it was a year ago. In Tampa, you had 4 receptions yesterday by Travis Etienne, but for the season, I think he's got, 30, 31? He's got 33 receptions on the year. I remember thinking he would have 60 or so. The screen game hasn't worked the way that the Jaguars have wanted it to. That's okay. Okay? I mean, they're averaging 27.3 a game. 27.3 a game. Are you kidding me? 23.7 points a game. Say it. How many games are you going to win around the NFL if your offense is putting up 27 points a game? That is absolutely sensational. Do you realize last year they scored 18.8 points a game? I mean, you're talking 9 points? Do you know how hard it is to improve by 9 points a game? And that is what the Jaguars have done early on this year. But I still believe they are going to have to be able to run the football with success if they're going to go deep into the playoffs. Now, you look at the numbers, 494 pass attempts. Running the football this year, 436 totes. Okay? Basically, a difference of only 60. There's not a lot of teams in the NFL that have that ratio as you get ready for your 16th game. Only a difference of 60 passes to rushes. So again, even though they're not having a lot of success there, and for the year, ETN's 1 yard short of 1,000, 229 carries, 999 yards, an average of 4.4. But I went through what he's done the last month. It just hasn't worked. I think teams are saying, we're going to stack the box. We're not going to let you beat us on the ground. You're going to put the pressure back on Trevor Lawrence and make him beat you, which he has done, no doubt about it. So, number one is attrition. Number two is they have to fix this and begin to run the football successfully. Remember when they started out, 4-1? They were number one in rushing. They were number one in total yards. They were number one in average per. That has certainly fallen by the wayside for the Jaguars. And number three, and this may be the most crucial of them all, penalties. This franchise has been handicapped by penalties. However, look at yesterday. Only 2. And one of them was criminal on Antonio Johnson. That 15-yard personal foul. Okay, criminal. That bad. Still, they have a reputation for penalties. And that could come up, that could be huge. That could be so important in third down situations, in the third and fourth quarter, with everything hanging in the balance. It's been discussed. It's been coached. I remember being out at the Miller Electric Center and watching this football team time and again doing 40 consecutive snaps where the official, as soon as it was snapped, blew the whistle. It was all about lining up. So in some cases, there was an audible changing the play at the line of scrimmage, but they worked on this, and still they're the most penalized team in the NFL. It wasn't a factor yesterday. You hope that is a positive sign of things to come. Be nice to see them have a clean game this weekend in Indianapolis. Same deal when Tennessee rolls in here for the finale, and then playoff football. Okay? So those are the three things. Number one, you cannot control attrition/injuries. Number two is as far as what you're doing schematically speaking, offense, defense, have to be able to run the football. Okay, yesterday, 20 carries, 60 yards if you add the afternoon for Quinn Allen Jr., right? Not enough. And number three, got to get better, got to take care of the penalties, and they did yesterday, so that's a good sign. That is my opinion on the three things. As always, and in our second hour, we're going to grab a tremendous amount of your questions. You can add your input on that. The best way to reach us is the text line, which is 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also get us on YouTube. Just go to 1010XL into the night.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
It's the Jaguars' final home game of the 2025 regular season, and you don't want to miss it. Join us for our fan appreciation game as the Jaguars face off against the Tennessee Titans in a can't-miss division matchup. It's your chance to cheer on the team as they take the field in their Prowler throwbacks for one last time this season. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action. Go to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served up by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Parker Washington was bounding and astounding in the Mile High City on Sunday. The teal and black wideout had 145 yards on 6 receptions and also tallied a touchdown on what was a fantastic day. He stays on the roll and in control. Parker simply produces, and he's your Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
This holiday season, Universal Roof and Contracting is making it easy to check roof repairs off your list. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through December 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. 1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. It's a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
Jacksonville to the playoffs. All Indianapolis has to do is lose tonight or tie, and they are automatically in. But they've won 6 straight. And it's the first time since 2007 that they have won 11 games. And we all made our preseason picks. I had them at 10-7. And, this team could really easily end up going 13-4. It will be, if they get things locked up, we got to see about the number 1 seed. It looked like New England may lose that game a night ago, and they came back and certainly won in Baltimore in a very tough environment where the Ravens needed that victory in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. How about Mike Tomlin? 19 consecutive years with a winning record in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of talk that this could be it for Mike Tomlin. We shall see. I do want to say this, and in my opinion, this speaks volumes that I would make this type of comment after a victory, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've watched a lot of football. I've listened to a ton of football. Yesterday's national broadcast was one of the worst that I had ever heard. The entire ball game was about Denver. And it was about how Denver could get out of the rut. Now, it wasn't filled with propaganda like, I can't even think of his name now. Joe Tessitore did a couple of years ago, about keeping Florida State out of the playoff. It's 3rd down and 6. Texas won today. Alabama won today. And the pass is incomplete. I mean, that was from the truck. That was from the ESPN higher-ups who said, listen, you have to sell the fact to everyone that the SEC deserves another team in the college football playoff, and that Florida State, because of the injury to Jordan Travis, needs to be left out. And they all did that. Dr. Herbie did it. Reese Davis did it. But Joe Tessitore, when you're the play-by-play guy, here's this just in. You're supposed to give down in distance. Not 3rd and 6, but Florida State shouldn't be in the college football. It was awful, okay? But yesterday was just as bad, maybe even worse, because they didn't know anything about Jacksonville. They came out and said that, trying to win the division, I think for like the first time since 2000 and I don't even know what it was, 18, or they won it 4 years ago. In Trevor's second season, Doug Peterson's first season, they won the AFC South. They were totally clueless, and they were openly rooting for the Denver Broncos. And I almost never say something like this. It's a lot easier to blame officiating, okay? I never get after broadcasters unless they are absolutely abysmal. And they were yesterday. And for me to even say that after a win, I mean, it would make total sense to say it if it was a loss. Then you come in here and you whine, you talk about South grades. But to say it after a win, it just really stuck out. What an embarrassment. And where the hell's the producer and the director? Who are the people who run this multi-billion-dollar situation? Then no one said anything. No one forced a change. The entire game was about Denver and how Denver needed to do this in order to come back and win. Really a shame. But it also completely fits where Duval is, okay? Jacksonville's an inconvenience. There's no other way to say it. Jacksonville, the city, is an inconvenience. Jacksonville, the Jaguars, is an inconvenience. And the national media, for reasons that I do not know, doesn't like it. They don't like you. All right, let's begin our second hour. And again, don't try to fix it. Embrace it. I mean, have a blast with this. Seriously, there's no other way to go about it. Don't try to apologize. Don't try to make a point. Don't tell people it's 75 and sunny out right now. They're in these other parts of the country where it's 30 degrees. The sun's already down. It's nuts. It really is. But have a good time with it, man. That's exactly the way I would handle it. I'd be making shirts. I'd be coming up with slogans. Embrace the evil. And that's what you are think about as far as the national media is concerned. Hour number 2 is coming up.
Get everything you need to know for your weekend on Pre-Game Friday.
We've saved the best for last.
Who's in, who's out, who's on upset watch. And I like it. Pre-Game Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Hey, folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter, Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades. And then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 22nd, 2003, Brett Favre throws for 399 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Oakland Raiders the day after his father's death.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Morgan Conley Roofing isn't just repairing roofs. He's building a legacy for generations to come. Born here, built here, staying here. MorganConleyRoofing.org. License number CCC 1333544.
If Santa had a pit crew, it'd look a lot like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Fast, friendly, and they get the job done in 15 minutes while you stay in your car. No appointment needed. Just pull up and let their technicians handle the rest. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and ranked #1 Quick Lube by Forbes, Valvoline delivers service even Santa would trust. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, helping Jacksonville reduce the stress of holiday travel.
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Leon Searcy, your lemon pepper guy. Back and better than ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crispy, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened a hot new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleburg. There's 17 locations now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try their new quick and easy ordering on the app and swing by today for fresh, hot wings made for you. Only at Wingstop.
When the power goes out, your home shouldn't have to. Get reliable automatic backup power with a Generac standby generator from American Electrical Contractors, Jacksonville's leading Generac dealer. Be storm ready with Generac standby generators from American Electrical Contractors. Online at american-electrical.com.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Following the Jaguars' dominant 34-20 win over the Denver Broncos Sunday, the #1 overall seed in the AFC is still in reach. For that to happen, the Jaguars must win out, and they'll need some help for the Broncos to lose one of their final 2 games, as well as the Patriots to lose one of their final 2 games. They currently sit at the #3 seed. It's 66 degrees at 3:02. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
All right, it's good to have you with us. Helmets and Heels back tomorrow. Rick Ballou, RJ Saunders. I'm typically with you 6 to 8. That'll be the deal tomorrow night as well. Your Jaguars looking to get to a possible #1 seed. Again, they need some teams ahead of them to lose. That includes New England. They go to New York this weekend, then they host Miami. As far as the AFC South, Jacksonville at Indy, and then, of course, home here with Tennessee. Houston goes to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers, and also do play host to Indianapolis. Finally, let's look at Denver real quick as the Broncos at 12-3 still, if the season ended today, would get the bye. They go to Kansas City with a broken down football team. Looks like Gardner Minshew tore his ACL on top of Patrick Mahomes. And then they go and they play Los Angeles, which who knows what the situation is going to be like then as far as playoff positioning. So it's still wide open with 2 weeks to go. Hey, takeaways yesterday, the Jags got 2. In my mind, they got 4. I've always looked at turning the football over on downs as a takeaway, right? I mean, you get the ball, you get it right there. I don't look at a missed field goal in the same fashion because I don't know why. I just don't. But they got the fumble recovery by Emmanuel Ogbah. You had the pick by Jarian Jones. And they were 2 of 3 as far as fourth down defensive stops. Huge stops. The way I look at it, that's 4 takeaways. Officially, they do have now 28 on the year. That's second in the NFL. So that is massive. And, if you really get to how things began this year, I think takeaways was perhaps the most important thing that this football team. The second was they got off to a really good start running the football. That has not been the case, as we know, as of late. Despite all of the success, they need to get a little bit better when it comes to running the ball. All right, let's get to Liam Cohen. This has picked up a lot of traction, and this one, I'm trying to understand about the aggravation of the small market definition. This football team has always been considered a small market. Frankly, that doesn't apply anymore, especially with social media. There's no excuse. Everything is there. It's available. But if you go to Robert Saleh before the San Francisco game, where he came out and said that Jacksonville steals signs, and that has always been a part of what Liam Cohen has been about, that I got. That was 100%. That was a massive dig, and it was uncalled for. The small market thing, to me, didn't really register, but it doesn't matter. It fueled this football team. It was a big talking point to this football team. I mean, Foye Oluokun talked about it after the game yesterday. Others mentioned it as well. If you didn't hear Liam Cohen immediately after the 34-20 victory at Mile High, here's what your head coach had to say.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that this team doesn't mind going and playing anywhere, anytime, any place. And we've been successful on the West Coast this year. I think that the guys get closer when we go on the road, actually, in times, and they enjoy being with each other. It's a group that enjoys, players, coaches, staff. We all kind of enjoy each other and hanging out and traveling and playing in games that.
So we don't have it. All right. We didn't cut that one up. All right. It was about a small market, Jacksonville being a small market, and they'll go on the road and they can win even in a difficult environment like Mile High. All right, maybe we can dig that up a little bit later on, but certainly you've heard it. It's gone viral, and it's been basically all over the place. And I don't completely get it, but I don't have to get it. The team got it. And there's 2 sides to this. I've always been told that bulletin board material is gone by the first couple of plays of the game. I don't know that because I didn't play at this level, but that's something I've been told forever. But if you can use it as far as preparation, if you can use it as far as, getting yourself ready for a football game, I think it's huge. This football team seems to relish in that. 2 examples, 2 road wins at San Fran, at Denver. And both times, comments made by Sean Payton and Robert Saleh had an effect on this football team. The other situation that I do believe is going to come to an end, okay? That's the no respect. And I think that it was genius by Jacksonville. I think that they said the right things, did the right things about clear lack of respect. And again, that's been a huge point of emphasis, in my opinion, about this city and about this team really forever. But I do take into consideration that this was a losing organization for years and years, for decades, that, you know, all of a sudden it comes overnight and you start winning all these football games. You're not going to get consistently a ton of respect. Look at Indiana in college football. I mean, they're a 6.5-point favorite over Alabama. There's still a lot of old school folks out there that are like, what? Indiana? And based on the name alone, you're just not going to give them the respect that they deserve. The respect is now going to come to Jacksonville. With every win and when they get closer to the playoffs, you're starting to hear people talk about Liam Cohen, about how Trevor Lawrence has really developed over the last month and a half, how Trevor Lawrence is playing the best football of his career, how Trevor Lawrence, it took a little bit of time, but he's now deep into this offensive scheme. And he's fearless, man. There was massive pressure on Lawrence yesterday, yet he stood tall, took hits, and completed the football. And I'll be the first to tell you, I think better football is still ahead for Trevor Lawrence. Ask yourself this, AFC only. Would you take another quarterback right now in the AFC if you look at playoff teams as we head towards the month of January? I think most would say, yeah, give me Josh Allen, okay? And that's understandable. Josh Allen is consistently a top 5 quarterback. Josh Allen is, you know, without any question, he was an MVP. He's a dual threat. I mean, Trevor, I think, has 20, 21 rushing touchdowns. Josh Allen has, what, like more than 70? Okay, but are you going to take Drake May in year 2? Are you going to take Baltimore? And we saw what happened, you know, last night with Lamar Jackson going out in the football game and how big of a concern that was. Are you going to take the experience of a 40-plus-year-old in Aaron Rodgers once you get to playoff football? Are you going to take C.J. Stroud? Are you going to take Bo Nix? Are you going to take Justin Herbert? I mean, the question's there. You may say, hey, are you kidding me, man? Baloo, Aaron Rodgers has won a Super Bowl. I'm taking him. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL with an injured Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking him. Give me second-year guys, Bo Nix. Trevor Lawrence outplayed Bo Nix yesterday. You know, Drake May was left for nothing a year ago. There deserves to be some recognition there. And, you know, how things have certainly turned around with him. But to me, it's just it's a real impressive set of circumstances to see what has happened with this football team. All right. When we come back, look at the text line. My goodness, you people are going absolutely crazy. Is anyone working right now? I hope not. I mean, you should be taking days off. But look at the amount that is piled in on our text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Let's roll through as many of these as we can. You can also reach us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and 1010XL into the night. Your comments coming up on the other side.
It's D-Rock's Deep Dive into Jacksonville football.
Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Mike DeRocco with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony every Thursday on Jaguars Today. Opened by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
It's the end-of-year sales event going on now at Atlantic Infinity. This is Hayes Carlyon. Get 0% interest on select new Infinity models and special lease offers on the stunning QX60. Luxury, performance, and style, all in one drive. All new vehicles are backed with the exclusive Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value just for buying smarter. Visit AtlanticInfinity.com to see all new models or visit the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
Frank Frangie here for South State Bank. South State has helped our businesses and charity grow and thrive. Whether you're expanding your operations, managing cash flow, or planning for the future, South State Bank offers forward-thinking, tailored solutions to meet your unique business needs. With expert guidance and best-in-class service, South State is here to help you move your business forward. Visit southstatebank.com or stop by your local branch today. Let South State become your partner in taking your business to the next level. That's South State Bank, member FDIC.
You already know it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
Gated communities, homeowners association, secure corporate centers. When you need a full-line fence company capable of any size job, you need to think about Duval Fence. They've got the latest and greatest in gate operators and access control systems. Security is huge these days, and you want a gate that operates smoothly, around the clock, every time you hit the button. Count on a company that's been serving Duval and the First Coast for decades. That's Duval Fence. For the latest in gate operators, commercial or residential, check out Duval Fence.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. Invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. You're listening to a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
Jacksonville 34, Denver 20. They only allowed 3 points in the second half, which is just nuts in that environment. 11-4, 6 in a row. And they are a 6.5 to 7 point favorite over the Colts, who play tonight. If the Colts lose or tie tonight, that's it. Jags automatically in. If they win this game against San Francisco, then they're going to have to handle their own business in Indianapolis coming up in 6 days. Let me say this real quick. I'm not going to talk any college football today because of obvious reasons. But the fact that they're making Miami play on Wednesday after playing on Saturday is what today's college football is all about. They can't do anything right. The NFL can't do anything wrong, okay? We're sheep. They'll sell us on 18 games. They'll tell us that there'll be less injuries with 18 games. Well, I'll buy it, okay? And the NFL knows how to keep this sport relevant every week of the season and every week of the calendar year. College football goes through massive valleys. And this is another example. You don't play a game on Saturday and then turn around and play second round of the playoffs on Wednesday? If it was to be the case, why didn't you have the first round played last Wednesday or last Thursday? Again, I don't want to talk anymore about it because I'm in a really good mood, and I know you out there are in a good mood. But college football, man, they need a commissioner. They need someone to step up on top of this game and fix everything about it. It's just such a disappointment. All right, we found the quote. Here's Liam Cohen yesterday.
Yeah, great team effort. Just thankful that, a small market team like us can come into a place like Mile High and get it done.
There you go. I mean, that's what it's all about. Again, I don't completely get this one compared to the Robert Saleh situation of stealing sign. But if it works, it works. All the power to him. Wait a minute. I just looked here. My bad on Miami. That's actually going to be on New Year's Eve. So it's a week from Wednesday. So my apology. College football gets everything right. There's nothing that college football doesn't do that we would consider not right. At 18:08, great having you on the afternoon, just like the old days. We need more consistent pass rush, especially against the better playoff caliber teams. Something I've had conversations with Mark Duffner, and, to me, this is a little bit of perhaps getting too technical, but when Trayvon Walker was out, they moved Josh Hines-Allen all across the defensive line. And that was really where he played his best football of the year. Now that Walker is back, they are consistently Walker on the left side, and they are playing Josh Hines-Allen on the right side. I would like to see a little bit more movement along that defensive line. They haven't gotten anything out of Emmanuel Ogbah or Dewan Smoot. I mean, I'm looking yesterday. He had one pressure by Smoot. That was it. Hines-Allen had 6. He only had 1 sack yesterday. That was by the undrafted rookie in Green. Trayvon had 5. Trayvon came really close to having a couple of sacks. I want to say at one point, and I usually rewatch the film on Tuesday, that Trayvon Walker was on the right side when he almost had a sack. Now, they have, for the most part, gone exclusively left and right. That may have changed a little bit yesterday. So, again, when I watch tape tomorrow, then I'll have a better understanding as far as that is concerned. No question about it. All right, for the 96 people that are telling me that the game is on New Year's Eve, I get it. I made a mistake, and I corrected the mistake. My gosh, do we have a lot of listeners on here from 2 to 4. We don't, I would like to think that we have this many listeners 6 to 8. What I love about our listeners is I haven't made a mistake since, I'm guessing, maybe mid-April. And the fact that I made one here about 5 minutes ago, everyone listening is pointing out that fact.
Oh, they want you to get fined, Rick. I've gotten a couple of calls already. They're saying, fine this guy. He needs to be taken into the woodshed and get corrected.
One guy on YouTube says that I should be fired. He didn't give me a reason why. He just says Baloo should be fired. Don't know. And then he's saying that others here at the radio station should be fired. So Merry Christmas to you and to everyone else. Okay, my favorite, they're a little lengthy. Some of you some of you out here, again, they can't be that lengthy. 57-17, but every time we go to the Fox, they disrespect us. And even another team on the field, even when we are at home, they show old shots of our city and everything. Fox doesn't care. Never had a problem with Fox. Never have. Think that they're a good broadcast company. Yesterday was a total failure by that twosome. I mean, it was just terrible yesterday. 8503 Blue, I muted my TV. Well, there you go. 9183, the commentary in the game was bad, and did we really need to be shaking the camera every 5 seconds? Listen, I've been to Mile High several times. The guy was probably stoned because of secondhand smoke. I can't blame any photojournalists because of the atmosphere there. You breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. They say secondhand smoke can't affect you. I remember it from the Black Hole in Oakland, and I certainly do remember it visiting Denver. 68-43 Blue. When I lived in New England going to the 2017 AFC Championship game, the local radio host complained the NFL Films annual documentary, The Pats, would include the Jags. One guy said Jacksonville, I guess he used the Indian word for strip mall. I don't remember that. You have to consider this, okay? Where I come from, people are miserable. There's no other way to say it. They're angry. It's cold. It's windy. And, as I've said a million times, the best thing I ever did was see Boston in my rear view mirror and come down here. And you don't get how, and maybe some of you do, just how incredible the quality of life is here. So much better in those parts. Yeah, Boomer and Gio went off on Jacksonville a little bit earlier. Who cares? They're stuck in New York. You want to be in New York City? You want to be in Boston? No. 44-26. Blue, I agree with the commentators. They tried to save their earths in the last 3 minutes of the game, jumped on the wagon late, went along with the bad calls. Even the announcer pronounced ETN Untien. 98-86 Blue, thanks for calling out Moose Johnson. I wanted to vomit listening to that clown talk. It was a really bad, and he's been doing it forever. I've never had a problem with him. But you can't go into a national broadcast totally favoring one team over the other. And they did. Go back and listen to it. I will when I look at tape again tomorrow. 63-54. Something I've seen when Parker was running down the right side. He looked like he was looking back for some blocking help, but was so far out, no one there. If you look at the tape, Trevor was the closest to him right now. Parker Washington is a superstar. He is, in my mind, because he's a blue-collar guy. He's got 2 punt returns for touchdowns. He gives you tough guy yards over the middle. He is never going to take a play off. And he's always been, despite his size, considered a real good downfield blocker. But I think the trade for Jacoby Myers totally brought a new attitude. And you know who it's affected more than anyone? Brian Thomas Jr. Did we ever mention a year ago, the first 10 games this year, Brian Thomas Jr. and blocking? Hell no. I think it's rubbed off on everyone. And Parker Washington is, whether you want to call him a third down receiver, I don't know what you want to define him as. To me, Jacksonville is the one team headed towards the playoffs that really doesn't have a number one wide receiver, okay? But they are loaded with talent. I mean, give me Parker Washington, give me Brian Thomas Jr., give me Jacoby Myers. I'm a very happy guy with Brenton Strange. Look at the play that Tim Patrick made yesterday on that crossing route. And, I'd like to see them get a little bit more involved with Travis Etienne as far as the screen game. He did have 4 receptions yesterday. But if you look at weaponry, And this is without Travis Hunter. I mean, the Jags, they are loaded right now. And that's absolutely great news for you as Jaguar fans. 38-66 Blue, Trevor's mental and physical toughness is elite, just like his play. And, when did that all come together? What happened? Early on this year, he went through a streak where he was turning the ball over. Early on this year, he went through a period of time where he was indecisive. He's doing everything right. He's not perfect. I mean, again, I still think his best football is ahead of him. And what I think he needs more than anything, and this is why the entire offseason I kept hollering about hire an offensive-minded coach who is going to call plays. Because what are you starting to hear? Grant Udinski mentioned as a possible head coach. Anthony Campanile mentioned as a possible head coach. Hopefully neither one of the two go this year. If so, you tip the cap and you deal with it. Successful programs, that is going to happen. But what I wanted was a head coach who called plays so you can lose position coaches. You can lose your coordinator. But the nucleus is there. Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence. And that is only going to develop. That is only going to continuously grow where you can add more and more and more and more. Think back earlier this year, what was it, at Cincinnati when he was pounding his chest and Trevor waved him off. Remember people try to make a big deal about that? Oh, they're not happy. It's not working. It took a little bit of time. This was a complex offense. And Trevor's dealt with 3 head coaches in 5 years. He's dealt with 4 play callers in 5 years. Put Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence together for the next 5 years and watch what this offense does, how it gels. And everything else is going to change around him. Again, I don't think they bring back ETN. It's not because of him. It's because of the position. They're going to go with the young backs. I really believe that. The wide receivers are going to change. The tight ends are going to change. The offensive linemen are going to change. The only thing that's going to stay there and be consistent is Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen. Everyone else is going to come and go. If I was to say to you last year at this time that Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram wouldn't be on the team, you wouldn't have believed me, even in the midst of a 4-13 campaign. All right. Good questions coming in from you, as always. Again, we're in for the good folks at Helmets and Heels. They're back tomorrow, 2 to 4. I'll be back on my regular show, 6 to 8. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, it is always appreciated. We're always on 92.5 FM. And remember, you can download and take with you anywhere you go, including Indianapolis this weekend, the 92.5 FM, the app.
The Jags crushed the Colts at the bank. Now it's time to finish with a flourish. It's division domination in Indy. Jaguars, Colts, Sunday at 1. On the home of the Jaguars. 1010 XL.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on or that medication they're on or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 weight loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-8888. 1800.
This holiday season, let Bono's Catering do the cooking so you can enjoy more time with family and friends. Frank Frangie here. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue for 75 years. Holiday catering's available with full smoked turkeys, country hams, and all the fixings. Be sure to order online at bonosbarbecue.com or call 904-332-7427. Plus, you could give the gift of Bono's Barbecue. Buy a $25 gift card and get an additional $5 gift card in-store or online. Remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This is Sheridan Tootin, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and Dr. Kevin Murphy put my right shoulder back together a few years ago, and I'm still feeling great. Now I'm using PRP treatment for my knee pain. No matter what you're dealing with, if you're enduring any orthopedic issue, my only recommendation is Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
'Tis the season for savings at Green Acres Sporting Goods. Take advantage of the Second Amendment sales tax holiday, now through December 31st. Firearms, ammo, and accessories, all tax-free. Secure your holiday gifts with a Browning gun safe, and they'll deliver it right to your door. Come test shoot the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews at Green Acres Sporting Goods at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard.
Ready to upgrade your home? It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. But this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Get ready to celebrate December with Best Bet. We're giving away an incredible $660,000. Kickstart your holiday fun at all Best Bet locations with the 12 Days of Christmas High Hands, $500 giveaways during Clockwork Cash Out on the table games, and big cash high hands all weekend long. And don't miss out on thrilling tournaments like the $30,000 guarantee GoPo 300 at Orange Park and daily tournaments at all Best Bet locations. For details, head to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
The Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is everyone's favorite holiday tradition that's back for another season. Hand-spun the old-fashioned way, this festive peppermint-flavored milkshake is made with Chick-fil-A ice cream and features chips of crunchy peppermint bark. It's minty, merry, and topped with whipped cream and a cherry. Order in the Chick-fil-A app or swing through the drive-thru for a late-night snack. For a limited time only during the holiday season. Try one before it's too late at Chick-fil-A.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Had a few folks send in and ask if I have an update on Jaguars injuries. I do not. Nothing has come forward today. You won't get anything tomorrow during an off day, so it'll be Wednesday at the earliest. I think the biggest concerns are Patrick McCarry, who left with the back. Walker Little came in for him, stayed at the right guard position. Cole Van Lannon, who started at left tackle, remained there. Robert Hainsey went out with the groin. Rookie Jonah Monheim replaced him. Lawrence had the ankle taped. He returned, and then you had 3 members of the secondary go down, but they all returned. And Buster Brown, Greg Newsome, and Jordan Lewis. So keep you updated. Attrition is huge, but Jacksonville really went into this game about as healthy as they've been all year. Danny Strigal was out, and of course, Bashal Tutin with finger surgery lost for the remainder of the regular season. A couple of healthy scratches yesterday. Mason Smith and Chuma Edoga. Remember, before the year began, I talked about 5 guys based on what they did a year ago who needed to improve most, and that included injuries. At number 1, it was far and away Eric Armstead. At number 2 for me was Devin Lloyd. At number 3 for me was Travis Etienne. Number 4 for me was Trevor Lawrence. And again, you're talking about injuries with those players. And number 5 was Mason Smith, former second-round pick. Just has not played well. There's no other way to say it. And if you look at some of these premier free agents, I mean, my goodness, the amount of time I spent bragging about Diambi Brown and how great he looked at the Miller Electric Center. Late July, the month of August, getting nothing out of him. Chuma Edoga arguably had the best camp of any offensive line. I remember getting on these airwaves saying it's going to be very difficult to keep him off your starting, offensive line. And you just never know. I mean, all of these free agent acquisitions, they're not all going to hit. Just like draft picks are not all going to hit. Look at this year's draft class because of the injuries. I mean, it's nuts. Hunter gone, Ransaw gone. I mean, you got most of your work as far as this year's draft class with late-round running backs. And Bayshell Tootin and, Quint Allen Jr. Really impressive if you do look at it that way. 37-42 Blue without poring over game film. Doesn't it seem more coincidence that our pass game is amped up significantly over the last 5 or 6 games while our running game has declined? Many teams are loading up to stop the run and daring T-Law to beat them. There's no question. And he is beating them. And you look at the most effective pass rush in the NFL in a straight 4-man set and when Vance Johnson elects the blitz. They have 63 sacks. And they had the 8th highest ranked blitz percentage, but they were number 1 as far as pressures when using the blitz. Trevor Lawrence took all of that on yesterday. This is compliments of Daniel Griffiths, who I get on the program quite a bit. He does a really good job when it comes to breaking down things mathematically speaking. When it does come to the analytics, what the heck did I do with that? I love it when the notes are so clouded like this, and it's based on good things, not bad things, and that's the way it is for the Jags. 12 of 15 for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns yesterday for Trevor Lawrence when he was pressured. 12 of 15. I mean, the Jaguars allowed a ton of pressures yesterday. Cole Van Lanen showed that he was human. He allowed 6. Walker Little and Anton Harrison, 3 apiece. 2 for Makari, Hainsey, and Ezra, right? He went 12 of 15 when he was pressured. I mean, that is growing as a quarterback. 1652, Rick, cautiously optimistic about Trevor. Here's a really good question. In my opinion, has there ever been a quarterback before that became a Hall of Fame quarterback in year 5? Is there a precedent for a quarterback just exploding this late in his career? No, I would have to really look back on that. I mean, there's so many examples of Hall of Fame quarterbacks where it took them a while. John Elway didn't run till they really found a great back and they addressed running the football. I think what we're seeing more of now is failures that have become reclamation projects, and they're doing much better. If you look at Sam Darnold, if you look at Baker Mayfield, if you look at some of these QBs who have gone, elsewhere and really have begun to turn their career around. I mean, Steve Young was on the bench for a while. Patrick Mahomes was on the bench for a while. Tom Brady was on the bench for a while. I'd have to really look into that. That's a good one. Kurt Warner comes to mind. I mean, they got him literally off the shelf. He was stocking shelves at a grocery store. But, yeah, with Trevor, that could end up being the case. 38-4. If I had said to you 6 weeks ago, yes or no, if I put $10,000 on the table and I said to you, is Trevor Lawrence going to win a Super Bowl? Why do I believe, and more than the majority, the massive percentage of you would have said no. and you would have put that 10K on no. Right here today, that's changed. I mean, it may not come to fruition this year. This is how I feel. And again, you don't want to hear it now because you're in the moment. They're going to get better. Jacksonville's going to get better. Jacksonville's going to cut some dead weight. Jacksonville got nothing from Travis Hunter this year. Nothing from Caleb Ransaw this year. Nothing from very little from Wyatt Milam this year, who absolutely is going to be one of these starters on the offensive line next season. I think Jacksonville is absolutely going to be a better football team next year than they actually are this year. Jaguars on a 113-point differential during the 6-game win streak. Yeah, it is absolutely nuts. An average of 18.8 points a game. Think about that. 18.8. That is absolutely, totally staggering. For the year, they're plus 98. Okay, the only team that's better, New England, is plus 110. Buffalo's plus 90. Jacksonville is second in the AFC South with a plus 98 points scored compared to points allowed. On average, I wrote it down here. Let's see. They're averaging 27.3 a game. They averaged 18.8 a year ago. Okay? You can do the math. They're giving up 20.8 a game. They gave up more than 27 a year ago. They have shaved like 7 points off their defense, and they have improved by almost 9 points on offense. You're talking about a 16, not quite 17 points per game difference in 1 year. Do you have any idea how much 17 points difference per game in one season to another is? That's why you went 4-13, and right now you're 11-4. And how many times do we hear, oh, they're a play away, they're a mistake away? They went 2-10 last year when it came down to one possession games? Well, they won all those games. And listen, they got blown out by LA. They did not play well here against Seattle. They should have won both road games. That was a bad call on Travis Hunter in Cincinnati. And I still can't believe they blew a 19-point lead. You may have revisited that yesterday watching the game, right? Oh my God, well, they gave up by 19 and they're going to do the same thing. Jacksonville should be 8-0 on the road. 8-0 on the road. I mean, they really should be, if you think about it. All right, final thoughts are coming up. Frangie and Hayes. Caroline coming up. Helmets and Heels returns tomorrow from 2 to 4. My name is Rick Ballou. I'll go back to 6 to 8. That'll be the schedule on Tuesday.
It's December. You need cash. You also need a new Kia Fast. At Kia on Atlantic, you can get both because it's our year-end cash bash. And during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event, make no payments for up to 6 months or take advantage of 0% APR. Hurry and get to the year-end cash bash. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 48th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach open 7 days a week in December.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's 2 things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is a special edition of Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL.
Love this guy, 0642, who says, said a lot of nice things about me. He says, takes me a while to get going. 2 p.m. is early for you. You are correct. I love my life. I love my lifestyle. I love staying up till 3. I get so much work done. Plus, I read a ton of books. But the GF usually passes out around, 10:30. And I just love that alone time, doing all sorts of good things. So back to my regular schedule tomorrow, 6 to 8. Boy, Helmets and Heels will be back in. Tonight, Hacker 6 to 8, immediately following Frank and Hayes. I want to thank you, man. Have you seen the text line? This is just crazy.
It's been full.
I mean, just absolutely incredible. I haven't had a chance to get to almost none of you. If you don't know the way that we do Into the Night, no one is more interactive with listeners than Into the Night. And, each and every show, I try to respond to all of you on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, or on YouTube, or, on Twitter, whatever it is. I just love that type of relationship. So that is always a part of our show. And that'll be from 6 to 8 tomorrow night. Hey, let me help you out, too. If you're still looking for a Christmas gift, I got you solved, okay? They're closed today at the Blue Crab House. But do you realize tomorrow you spend $50 on a gift card, you get $65 worth of value? When's the last time you've been to the Blue Crab House? We've been there before eating oysters.
Right. The last time I was there, you and I went there.
Okay.
We got to go back, Rick.
I'll be there for Christmas Eve. I'm not working this year on Christmas Eve. That's where I go. My oldest daughter's coming in, so it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. But, again, they're closed today. They're back open and available on Tuesday until 9 o'clock at night. It's right there off of San Jose. It is located on Julington Creek Road It is my favorite restaurant. It is the Blue Crab House.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes Carline is here. 34 points in Denver. Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable. Can you believe this?
I had 24-21. No, I cannot.
I can't either.
Points.
This is about as flabbergasted as I've been by a sports story that I've covered in my career.
Yeah.
I mean, this team won 4 games last year, and now they're crushing people. I saw this was the Jaguars PR staff. They do a great job with the post-game notes. And how about the stat where the plus 113 point differential over these last 6 games in the win streak? No NFL team has matched it this season.
18.8 a game.
It's incredible.
It's college football against directional schools type of number.
I mean, it is just phenomenal. And obviously there's a lot of heroes, behind the success, but my goodness, Liam Cohen, superstar. I mean, just unbelievably gifted head football coach.
I love how they have dealt with adversity. I mean, you get blown out in London, you blow a 19-point lead in Houston, and then on the flip side, not reading positive press clippings. You win games going away, yet you're still focused. Look at the adjustments that they made late in the first quarter yesterday where the crowd is intense. They're blitzing Trevor. They're sacking Trevor. They changed the game plan around, put up 34 points.
It's amazing. And Trevor Lawrence is playing, unbelievable football right now. It's just, defensively, they're coming up with a lot of answers. They've got a lot of glue guys, role players that are stepping up. It was great to see Jarian Jones get the interception. How about Agba showing up? I didn't think we'd see anything out of Agba all year.
Right.
He recovers a fumble, knocks down a pass at the line. So it just feels like one of those special seasons where, everybody is contributing, and you're really starting to see some of the stars of this roster hit another gear. And again, tremendous credit to Liam Cohen and his staff. What they have done with this roster is just incredible. James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, the harmony and adding Jacoby Myers. It's been so much fun to watch. And, thankfully we're not done yet. So, Colts will be interesting tonight. They'll be on a short week. Interested to see, if Phillip Rivers plays better than the first game, or if he reverts a little bit back now that San Francisco kind of has an idea of maybe what his strengths and weaknesses are at 44 years old. But lots to get to coming up on the Frangie Show. Frank will catch up with Bucky Brooks around 5:15. So, but obviously lots of Jaguars football coming up.
Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
That's Hayes Carline coming up right now. Again, I'll join you tomorrow night after Hayes Carline. Yeah, we talked about offense there, but I mean, they allowed only 3 points on defense in the second half in Denver. That is off the chart. That's going to do it for us. Thank you. You can always get me on Twitter, Baloo at 1010XL. Again, I'll be back with you tomorrow night, 6 to 8 on 92.5. Helmets and Heels does return on Tuesday as well. RJ Saunders, always a lot of fun.
Appreciate you, Rick.
Merry Christmas to you and our listeners. Happy holidays. But we got much more to do. That'll include tomorrow night, 6 until 8. Keep it right here for Frank and Hayes. My name is Rick Ballou. You have yourself a great Monday.